Well, first of all, nice to get a good win heading into the finals.
Yeah, credit to Northwest as well. It was a hell of a game. It's physical. It was a lot of commentary around how high standard it was. It's Krisovic, Kenyon, Sean McDonald in particular, and they left everything on the floor. And luckily, Sam McDaniel, he was on our playing list this week because he was huge coming down the stretch as well. It was just fantastic to watch. The crowd was massive. The energy, the atmosphere was some of the best that I've ever seen.
How did you pull up? How good you go? Everyone available this weekend?
Yeah, it's we think everyone except probably Jacob still touch and go, but he assures me he's right to get play this week. So we should be at full strength come Saturday night. And obviously with the game's at Creek Road, not at our home in Kingston where we've been playing, but again, it gives us a chance to give more of the community into the stadium that you couldn't fit another person in last week. So, and a really tough matchup, probably the favourites to win the title.
It's a bit risky. I know you've had a game out there this year, but you've had success down there taking a final to a new venue.
Oh, I'm not sure whether it's certainly different, but I think with the atmosphere there, and I think we'll get certainly a bit more of a different crowd where you don't have to travel as far if you're in the northern suburbs. So, look, I think it'll be exciting for everyone come this time of year in playoffs. You already see up north a lot of those teams vying, and everything's around trying to win this first NBL 1 national title. And I think all the teams across the country that's their focus, is to try and get there.
Is the finals work like the AFL then, top 8?
Yep,
exactly
correct. Yep.
You mentioned Sandringham being the favourite. What is it in there, in your eyes, that makes them, I guess, the team?
Oh, look, they've got the best point guard in the country, even if you look at NBL level. Shea Illy is right up there, and I think he demonstrated that 2 weeks ago down here. He just took over the game in the fourth quarter along with Smith Milner, and now they've got Tom Wright back from the 3-on-3 Australian commitments, and then Dion Prusa that comes off the bench with Melbourne United, Dave Barlow, and a few others. They're a really high quality group, and not sure how they put that team together, to be honest. But on our home floor, I thought we should have beat them the other week. We didn't have Harry or Sam, so it's just going to be another really good game of basketball, and we're going to have to play extremely well to win.
On the back of that, you're confident you've got the pieces to beat them and anyone else in the South?
Yeah, I think right now, at full strength, both Sandringham and Chargers, I think that's your grand final preview. That's just my opinion. I mean, obviously all the NBL 1 clubs in the 8 are going to be fighting for it, but I think those two teams in particular, and sort of Mount Gambier could be a little bit of a dark horse. Kilsyth have done an amazing job with what they have to get where they are. They're playing some really good basketball, but I just don't think they've got the depth. But hey, once you're there, anything can happen. So again, I think Sandringham Chargers, I think this is the preview of the grand final, and we're going to have to play extremely well to make sure that we don't have to play next Friday. We can go straight into the prelim.
So how does it work if you play the grand final against, say, Sandringham? Is that
in Melbourne? Yeah.
And then you got the national
in Melbourne
the week after.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Saturday night too. Is that an interesting decision to go to Saturday night, Friday night home games most of the year?
Oh, I think that was mainly off the back of the Jack Jumpers and their training regime, and trying to keep Sam and Jared as fresh as we can. They're obviously right in the blood and guts of pre-season, and we wanted to try and make sure. And Jared's obviously had some cortisones and trying to rest that ankle, and Sam's had Australian commitments. He had a heavy workload. We really want to make sure that we're looking after the JJ's players as best we can, and Harry flying in. He's trained all week, so he's pretty banged up as well. I spoke with him, and he's having a great time. He said he's loving it more now, training against Aaron Baines. He said he's just so physical and strong. He's loving life right now up there, but it's competitive. So we've got to try and, I mean, that extra 24 hours could be the difference between winning and losing, and those guys freshening up.
What's next year looking like? I know you're probably jumping ahead a bit, but are you committed to next year coaching again, or do you have to have that discussion at the end of the year? Or?
I have I've got 1 year left in my contract. Yeah, certainly some things at play that I probably need to consider with my boys getting a little bit older. So, am I locked in? No, not yet. And that's from my end. I mean, my dream would be to walk away with a national final if we can. If not, I feel like we've done everything right to try and do this again for another year with the commitment it takes. It's a lot of energy and time, and I've got 2 young boys that I need to make sure that they're getting every opportunity to get to the next level as well.
So if you won the title, that might be the perfect way to go out. If you don't, there might be a bit of hunger there to go again next year.
There you go, Brent. You should be a reporter.
You've spoken all year about the pieces coming in and out and trying to get that chemistry. You've had most of them together roughly on and off the last couple of weeks. Where's that at this stage? No,
I haven't. So the reality is Sam, Harry and JB play 35 minutes plus and they don't train. So it's been a really tough job as a coach. They're great guys. It's been fantastic to coach them, but it's really tough to get that chemistry right and make decisions on night and sort of plan for those games when you don't train with them all week until game day. So yeah, it's not ideal, but you've got to trust that those sort of guys will get you over the line just purely around their talent, because as coaches we can put some X's and O's in, some game plans, but at the end of the day, even speaking to Nick Haywood, it's really tough to get everyone to gel and to come up with a system when you're not training very much as a group.
So who says they can't? Is that Jack Cabell saying they can't train? Or?
Just the workload on these guys. It's a fine line. Do you train them an extra couple of hours a day? Like, their priority is NBL. There's no doubt about that. They've done everything right. They've been great guys to have on the floor. I wouldn't change a thing. But as a coach, it's probably the toughest year I've had to try and get chemistry and feel like you're getting some rewards from your coaching. It's really hard for everyone, but again, we finish on top. We're in the qualifying final. We've got a full team, and for me, just giving the public and everyone the chance to come and watch this standard of play with these guys on the floor going against. I mean, you're talking Saturday night, like there's 9, 10 NBL guys going against each other. I mean, that's awesome. Like, it's really high quality, and it'll be the best team wins. That's
just going to have to be part of the regime now, though, isn't it? Every year, like the JJ's boys will be in town over the off season, so they have to play somewhere.
Yeah, we want that. We want that partnership to work, and you've got to. There's some good and there's some bad, but overall, basketball in Tasmania is absolutely booming right now. It's here at we've just noticed it here at Swisher. It's unbelievable the amount of kids wanting to play basketball right now. It's incredible.
What's Angus going to do next year? Any ideas?
Oh, he'll stay. We're about to. He'll sign a contract pretty shortly. He wants to stay. He's got his apprenticeship going on, and as I said at the awards dinner, he won the coaches award. I said I've been coaching for a while now. I'm not sure how long, probably a decade, and he's been my favourite player of all time for what he's done on and off the floor, and just the way he presents himself. And I think 90% of the kids that go to the game go to watch him dunk, and his athleticism, he's just so good to watch.
Would you look at the season as a disappointment if you don't win at least the South title with the talent you've got this year?
Oh, I think Sandringham is certainly probably more talented or thereabouts. I'd be disappointed if we don't get to the big stage in the grand final, and I mean, whoever wins from there would be. But there's been no hidden agenda. We've said it from the start. I'll say it again. We're going after that NBL 1 championship. You look at the North, and some of the teams up there are just. I thought we were strong, like Pinder, McCarran, Drimmick, Kevin White, all in one team. I mean, it's just incredible the teams that have been rolled out up there. I don't know what the budgets are like, but yeah. And who do we face first game if we win? The North. That's I think the South and the North are by far the two best conferences, and they meet first round. So it's just unlucky. I think we'll smash everyone else.
If you didn't coach next year, is there someone around that you do it? Like, is it's you, Nashy, Dwayne? You know, is there anyone else apart from that?
Oh, look, you got the jack jumpers, the assistant coaches, or people like that involved. I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't made my mind up yet. I've got 1 year to go, and I think a lot will depend on how we finish this season. If I can walk away from a national title, then I really don't have much more to prove, and I'd rather start getting in and coaching the younger generations at a better level.
What was Jacob Richards' injury and what was
back? So he did that in the first minute against Sandringham. He tried to take some medication and get him through, but still pulled up sore, went to hospital after the game and they diagnosed it, and he's been rehabbed since, and hopeful he'll play some minutes on Friday night because he's been a huge part of what we've done over the last 8 weeks.
Happy with the officiating on Friday night?
Yeah, I thought, look, finally they I thought the game was let go. It was physical, it was good to watch. I think both sides were happy, and I think the best team won. I mean, but it could have went either way.
On that game, is that good preparation? You touched on how high quality the game was.
100%. I think there was a little bit of competitive nature between like McDaniel, Kenyon, Krisovic, Harry Froling and Bairstow, and then you got Sean McDonald. So it was those NBL guys, probably Roth and Magnay and Weeksy and all that are in the crowd watching, and there was a little bit of something extra last Friday night, and it just made for an awesome game. It was good to watch. So hopefully we bring that same attitude this Saturday, because this will be even harder.